Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up for you, our special viewers. But first, I always want to look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard. Hard-working crew taking care of everyday comfort needs. It's not going to be as hot today as it was yesterday. High today is only going to be 88, and low tonight 77. But those nights, there's not much movement there in that thermometer going back and forth. Our nights are really warm. Our water temperature brought to us by Allco Electric out of Lynn Haven is at end of the pier, 84 degrees. Take a look at our river readings brought to us by the good folks at Panama City Coca-Cola. The Apalachicola Bluntstown 4.8, still dropping. It's pretty steady, like I said yesterday. The Choctaw Caravelle going up a little bit, 2.2. It was 1.8 yesterday, going up 2.2. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn, and I'm going to look at it myself. Today's Wednesday, the 16th. We have neap tides today, tomorrow, but coming Saturday, good strong tides, and next week, very strong tides. So the actual it's just neap tides today, not much going on. Our wind direction brought to us by Maranta Copy Company, and that's Ariel Payne and her group. And we're looking at the winds coming east, southeast at 10 to 15. So that's going to be interesting. We had it north, that's 3 days ago, the south-southeast and north-northeast yesterday, and coming today, east-southeast. It's interesting how that's turned around in 3 days, 3 different directions. Little things like that, they're fascinating to me. Take a break, we'll be right back.
Come see our new collection of lift chairs here at the Sleep Center. We have everything from basic chairs to fancy chairs with heat, massage, stay clean fabric, even extra large comfort chairs that lift up to 500 pounds.
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
Northwest Florida is a great place to live.
The attorneys at Manuel & Thompson are part of this community and have been for over 35 years.
We live, work, and play here. We worship here, we pay taxes here, and raise our families here.
When someone in our community gets injured, they deserve to have their claim handled by someone who cares.
Someone who specializes in serious injury cases and has a solid reputation.
Manuel & Thompson, helping injured people. That's what we do.
Rough and Tough Dog Food from Harold Millen Company. In business over 75 years, they offer top quality and nutritionally balanced food for all your animals. Your chickens will love HMC feed, as well as your cattle and pigs. Time proven, rough and tough for your dog. Want them healthy? Rough and tough. Want them happy? Rough and tough. Only the best from Harold Millen Company.
Hi, I'm Wendy Chester Woodrick, and I would love to help you finally understand Medicare. Medicare can be confusing and it can feel overwhelming. I'm an independent agent and I'm contracted with several different carriers. So my goal is to make sure that you understand your options and help you decide what is best for you. So whether you're considering a supplement plan with Original Medicare or a Medicare Advantage plan, please give me a call or send me an email. I would love to help you.
The new Temper-Active Breeze delivers a warming bed for you and cooling comfort for your partner. So say goodbye to thermostat fights and hello to better sleep with personalized climate control. Only available at the Sleep Center.
Okay, welcome back. I have a lot of pictures today. I just get a kick out of some of them. People have such a great sense of humor. You know, summertime, we're talking about mowing the grass and how fast things grow and everything. And everybody wants to take a vacation, and then when we come back, your grass is all grown up. I saw this one, and I just laughed out loud when I saw it. Let me share this. Returning home to the garden after a week's vacation. All the things showing is the front porch, but I don't know where this is, but I thought this is funny because how many times have we been in that situation? You take a vacation, you come back home, everything grown up. For a lot of you folks go and pay people to mow your yard, so it's not as prevalent now as it used to be. And this is interesting. Amanda Poston Walker, one of my former students, in fact, I taught her dad way back in the Rutherford days. Listen, came this close to a surprise ear piercing. A shout out to the geniuses fishing in the Beatty Bridge Channel. You see what happened? They're going under the bridge. She's sitting in, okay, and that took her cap off. Is that amazing? That okay. Let's talk about. I want to talk about that. You're under. You know what? All the bridges have these channels, and all the boats go through legally, and that's the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to fish in the channel. So we got people on the bridge throwing it out. That could have been a bad situation. That could have hooked somebody bad or a kid or something, and it's not legal to do that. So if y'all see people doing it, you go and call FWC. And I think most people know it's not legal, but some people may not know. But you know, especially this time of year, all the boat traffic going on these bridges. And speaking of boat traffic, sometimes on the weekdays it's not quite as bad. Daniel Cole, a good time with a best friend. That's the way you do it. And just sit back and isn't that beautiful and peaceful? How about that? I used to hunt. Johnny Hall used to be in a hunting group with Alan Shepard and all this, and now he's showing, Deb, this is why I posted this, Grandpa's showing the grandkid how to scale those fish. But you notice in the background right there, y'all know what that is? That's an automatic fish scaler. And you got a little motor on it, so you got it plugged in. But when you catch a lot of fish, like Johnny and his buddies do, you just put it in there and it goes round and round and it scales the fish. You see a lot of those down at Willis Landing and Howard Creek, and a lot of folks have those. A lot of river folks have them. I wanted you to read this whole thing. I had a double take. Okay, we all know about Nick's Seafood over there, Nick's Restaurant. They do, first of all, it's great food, been there a couple of generations. But their catfish tournament, it's 2 weeks away, July 26th. Read that bottom line. Grand prize. How about a new boat by Tracker Marine? Not $500, not $1,000, but how about just grand prize, a new boat by Tracker Marine? And it's presented by Nick's Seafood Restaurant, right there on Highway 20 in West Freeport now, not Freeport, West Freeport. And you must be, make sure you know this, you gotta register by Friday night, 7 p.m. Okay, and then you fish the next day. But is that not amazing? A new boat by Tracker Marine, and Trey Nick, of course, running it, and Cindy Abney, those two numbers there. Call them, and you never know. You could win that thing. Take a kid out there. It's Kids Catfish Tournament. Okay, that's awesome. Pam Peterson Kelly, her husband Junior Kelly, I post him on a regular basis because he's one of the best net fishermen. He didn't grow up net fishing, but once he got grown and learned how to do it, he loved it. Caught 12 big ones. Now this was funny. He stood in the same spot and caught them all. Here's old Junior right here. Junior was my running back on my good junior varsity football team many years ago. But look at that. That's a great picture. You see where it's at, don't you? Okay. I was supposed to get older and wiser, but I'm just getting older and wider. Hope y'all appreciate my sense of humor. All right, check this out. I went up to Granddaddy's place the other day, and it's just very special to me. It's right there in West Gaston, just as you cross the Liberty County, Gaston County line, and I walk down the road that goes to the field. And there's an old catawba tree. I don't know if my granddad planted it or not. It's old. It's been sort of blown down and everything. I always check it out. Okay, so here it is right here. Right there in the center. You see, that's a tree right there. It's crooked, all these years been blown and everything. And I started walking up close to us. Folks, what did I see? That is a catawba worm. Now, that's all natural. I thought I don't know how they came back. They died out. I don't know how they came back. If a bird brought them in and dropped the eggs or whatever. But I'm going back up there in a couple of days to see if there's any more up there. I looked all around, but I got tickled. That was a little skinny. It looks like he's been on a Slim Fast diet, but he's got to start eating those leaves. See what he's doing? Eating those leaves. He'll get fatter and juicier. He'll make great catfish bait. But that made my day to see that. I went running back to Carl told Gail about it, and she was just nodding her head like she was excited, but it was very exciting. So anyway, I know you understand what I'm talking about. Let's take a break. I'll be right back.
Let's take back this yard!
Hold on, soldiers. There's an easier way to deal with mosquitoes and ticks. Wayne's Pest Control offers modern solutions that are safe and effective, so you don't have to battle them alone. It's best to just call Wayne's Pest Control.
Real-time Fisher's Seafood Restaurant and Market on Highway 22. Fresh, delicious seafood cooked daily. Shrimp boil, oyster bar, steam bar, and now featuring fresh barbecue smoked on-site chicken, pulled pork, and will cater large groups. Check out the seafood market with a great selection of some of the freshest seafood around. Friendly service, great food at a reasonable price. Real-time Fisher's Seafood Restaurant and Market.
Hello, my name is Daniel Cole, and I own Cole and Associates Marine Surveyors, where we specialize in doing in-depth surveys on marine vessels of all types, be it metal, fiberglass, power, or sail. I am a professional marine surveyor, both qualified by NAMS and SAMS, and an associate member of IAME. Remember, for all your marine survey needs, call Cole and Associates Marine Surveyors, 850-774-1899.
BJ's Marine Service. With over 44 years in business, they're dedicated to offer you the very best in marine service. BJ's Marine will repair any marine motor. Dependable and experienced. They won't be satisfied until you're satisfied. Local business that is family owned with a tradition of excellent service. Trust your motor to the best. BJ's Marine, 1317 Transmitter Road.
Okay, welcome back. You know how I often bring up different studies different groups do, and you know how I love the scientific part, the research and all done on any kind of outdoor activity. Of course, the real life situation, getting out there ourselves and doing it, but I always admired the research. I believe most of it, and because most of it's scientific studies and in the woods and the water. I ran across this one the other day, and it was the Teddy Roosevelt Foundation, which is, I've talked about it before, but they do all kind of stuff, usually with the outdoor stuff in the woods and all. And I want to show this one right here. This is a 2024 Gulf Menhaden, okay, bycatch study, offers insight into the number of fish killed. So, in fact, it just came out July 8th, just came out last week, and it talks about, this is off Louisiana. This is a Louisiana study, and it talks about different data that talks about in there. I won't go into all the details, but the approximately 22,000 redfish and sport fish and all are killed. But it goes on and talks about it. But they're really talking about the croaker and the sea trout. Right there in the center, 81 million croaker, 25 million sand trout, sea trout, what we call white trout, in the year 2024 by the bycatch. And this is a Louisiana study. And of course, Louisiana angling brings in $3.7 billion in the economy. So, and okay, and of course, most of them are most folks are red fishing in Louisiana, and then tuna fishing. But the study itself, what I want to talk about, is interesting. The Louisiana legislature did a study, and what they're talking about, they're starting to have now a limit on the size of the redfish, the bull reds. They brought in, okay, they brought in some, here's the menhaden here. It talks about all kinds of different things. I won't give you all the details, but very interesting study. And I'm talking about just a bycatch. And one more page on it. I've read the whole thing, the retained bycatch. So it was interesting to see the ones that they just don't survive. But it went into, if you get a chance to look it up though, read the details if you're interested in that kind of stuff. It's very, very interesting. And the solution is we still, we just try to improve the net bycatch and try to improve the things you're doing on there. So, okay, let me get back up to our pictures. Let's jump from the water. This is one of my students, Chris Clark. He about stepped on this thing. Look here. That's scary. It's an oak snake, but it's scary when you're walking through the woods. Boom, there it is. Okay. I passed it, talk about one of my sponsors. Gal and I driving up 77 the other day. We stopped at a red light on 389 and 77. And I looked over there at that truck next to me. That's Alco. The Alco, I said, that's the folks that help sponsor our water temperature chart. Alco Electric. So shout out to them. They're out there working hard. Okay, my buddy, Steve Rogers. Steve does the rod wrapping and just a great guy. Look what he said. It was hotter than a pepper sprout out there today. We've heard that for the last couple of weeks. And the fish knew it. They hid from us. It's still fun to be on the Apalachicola River. This is so true. And Steve is a heck of a fisherman. When he doesn't catch them, and so is his wife, when they don't catch them, you know they're not biting. But it's really hot in the summertime. This one right here, I don't know the story behind it, but I don't think he's going to get that one mounted. All right. Getting to hunting season, this National Deer Association put out this poster, but it makes sense. You fill your freezer, now show someone else how. This is so true, and volunteer your knowledge and we'll handle the rest. And the National Deer Association, we talk about, we catch a lot of fish and we want to share that. Once you get a deer or one deer for a family will fill up a freezer. It really will for for a couple of months, and then some people may get a little bit more. But once you get that buck or a doe, whatever, share with somebody else. Let someone else, even if they don't want to hunt, maybe go ahead and take another one and let them have the meat. Go get it processed, and you can pay for it, let them pay for it, whatever. But a lot of times, this deer meat is really good food. And we have a lot of deer out there because we manage them well. So when I saw that poster, I thought that was just really important. Now speaking of important, right here, this is cool. Okay, this is Robert Monroe Day School, and let me tell you about Robert Monroe Day School. That's over here in Gaston County. It's called Monroe School. And it started way back about 50 years old, a private school, but now it's sort of evolved into a charter school. The principal there, Andy Gay, I knew his granddad and his dad, and he's done a remarkable job. This is on his second or maybe going in his third year. He put in outdoor education in there. I'm so excited. I'm going to get over there the next couple of weeks and just talk to him and try to help him on his outdoor classes. It's between Tallahassee and Quincy. Look what this kid did. He graduated from Monroe. Okay, big win. They were called Bobcats, so a big win. Drew Cook, Robert Monroe alumni. He won. Okay. He ended up fishing. I'm gonna show you the pictures. I'm gonna show you what. Okay, there he is right there. Check it out. There, he won the National Professional Fishing League, which is different. Folks, look at this. Okay, the cut line. Oh, he's fishing up there. Beautiful area. Robert Monroe Day School. But look, folks, look what he won. How about, for those 3 days, how about a check for $100,000? Maybe he'll send some to the Monroe Outdoor Education class. But congratulations to Drew Cook for winning. That's some big money right there. I'm just so excited to see that because that's a different organization right there. Okay. Speaking of bass fishing, Michael Harris sent this to me. Here's a picture of that big one that got away, that log underneath the surface. And I know it's probably just not a real picture, but this happens so many times when we're fishing, especially in the lakes where the places like Lake Talquin, and like I told you before, Lake Talquin was actually, the dam was put up in 1951. And it was dammed up. There were a lot of trees out there, and a lot of them over like that. Of course, that was 75 years ago. And it put up because of the power for Tallahassee and Quincy, Talquin, and the logs. But I remember my granddad was a logger. He was able to go in there, and he and some of his buddies were able to cut all the trees they wanted, and they cut some gigantic trees, and they had to haul them out with a mule to sled them out. What about sled them out? They just slide them out. And they had to share the mules, because the tractors would get stuck and the mules had trouble too. I wish I'd have had some videos of those cool days. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
At Bay Smile Docs, we know how to make you smile. We're open early at 7 a.m. We're open late until 8. Request an appointment at baysmiledocs.com or call 271-2341 today.
Empire Real Estate of Florida, making your real estate dreams a reality throughout the Panhandle and more. If you're considering buying or selling real estate, please call 850-247-8868. Kramer Marine and Outdoor is your trusted source for all your outboard boat and motor needs. We carry Skeeter Bay boats, all-welled aluminum boats, and have the largest selection of outboard motors, parts, and accessories in the area. And our master-certified, factory-trained technicians are ready to take care of you. So shop us online at KramerMarineandOutdoor.com or visit us at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM. We're here to keep you out on the water.
Are you looking for some fine, fresh seafood? Then head over to Gene's Oyster Bar. This legendary icon has been around since 1930 and has served the finest and freshest seafood straight from the Bay and the Gulf. Folks come from all over the Panhandle and South Alabama to relish in this unique experience. So come on, pull up a stool and enjoy the finest oysters on the Gulf Coast. Gene's Oyster Bar on Sherman Avenue in historic Millville. Open 11 to 7, Tuesday through Saturday.
At Bay Smile Docs, we know your time is precious. That's why Bay Smile Docs opens early at 7 and we're open late until 8. Request an appointment at baysmiledocs.com or call 271-2341 today.
Okay, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. 4:15 to 6:15 this morning and 4:39 to 6:39 tonight. Remember, it's neap tides. We often talk about people doing things for others, and I get a kick out of it. It just makes my day when I hear these stories. Well, a lot of times folks are trying to help the outdoor classes, and well, let's read this right here. Okay, this is one of our viewers right here. This is here's my email right here. Could the outdoor class or use this book? It's from Jerry. Hey, Winston, longtime viewer and fan from North Central Florida. I have a really great reference book that I don't use enough and was wondering if your old outdoor class or another could use it. Okay, I'm in Panama City Beach this week and I brought it along. I could drop it off at the station, which he did. And let's see, if someone wants it, keep up the good work, especially convincing folks to apply those brakes when they need to be. And are they going to reprint your book full box? We're working on that. I get a lot of requests for that. But now Jerry understands talking about putting the brakes on growth and all, because he's seen it in other part of the state. Here's a book he brought by. Okay, right here, McLean's New Standard Fishing Encyclopedia. And I was looking at it. Folks, it's like 1,200 pages. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's true to story. So I'm going to take it up to the Most Outdoor class, and what's interesting, because the kids don't read books much anymore, but I think once they get into this, they'll enjoy it. It has so much information. So thank you for Jerry. Thank you for Jerry to do that. We've got a situation here where, speaking of outdoor ed and doing things in the summertime, let's see, this fishing tournament they're doing this summer. It's a lot of outdoor kids, and it's not just outdoor class, but Travis Page is putting this on, called Summer Nights Youth Bass Series. There's 4 different summer nights in this summer, and they're doing it on Thursday nights up at Deer Point Lake. And okay, here I'm going to show you the pictures, but they had a big crowd out. Had 23 teams that came out last Thursday night, and here's the pictures. So here's first place for high school and big fish, Carter Hood and Michael Holbrook. We really appreciate all those parents putting this on. Okay, this is second place. This is Jacob Schultz and Annabelle Brannon. Love seeing the girls get into it. Third place, high school, Mason Daniels, and look at Carter Myers. He's taking the time out from red fishing and catching bass because they're so similar. Good to see Carter. Good job, Mason. Mason's a fine fisherman. I see him a lot. Fourth place, Ian Bach. I know that Bach family. I know them. They can fish. And the Calhoun family. I know both those families. And look at there, Parker Calhoun. All right, now in the junior division, there's Isaac Zolo. Good job, Isaac. Second place, Jacob Toller. I think I know them. And Zeke Nobles. I know both families there. Good job there. Third place, Bowden Orm, a good fishing family, Eastern Chambliss. Look at all the folks in the background. Isn't that a cool way to spend a Thursday night in the summertime? Fourth place, junior and big fish, Colin Swain. A big old smile on Colin. And then junior division, second place, the big fish was Easton Reeves. I know they're gonna call each other up and talk about these pictures. So make sure you get a word, everybody, that we did show them. I did have a couple of other things. Let's go to the funny one right here. I ran across this. How about, this is day 12 without chocolate. I lost hearing in my left eye. I don't know about you, but I just absolutely love chocolate, okay? Let's see. Big redfish was caught off the pier, at the county pier, and actually caught with 15-pound mono. This is Sunday at 12:30. And he released them. Let's see. There he is right here. But I want to say, you fish in the pier, I want to bring this up because fishing the pier in the middle of the day, and it's challenging in the summertime, but you can catch fish. But he did take it down and release it. Okay, I don't know if you saw this, if it made news or not. I saw it, this is over here in Eau Clause County. Eau Clause authorities warned public about a young girl attacked by an alligator, and it was over here, it was in a pond. This is Panama City covered it, but it was at Pensacola Station, attacked by an alligator on Pond Creek, and they believed it was 10 foot. Okay, so they got witnesses and all. By the bite, they could tell it was a 10-foot gator, which is a good-sized gator. They went in there, and the FWC went into the pond. There's a big pond up there over there in Eau Clause County, and they captured 3 different gators, but all 3 of them were around 6 foot, and they were convinced that was not the gator. So that gator that attacked that little girl is still out there. So be careful swimming in these ponds. You know, we're always talking about shark, but these ponds and lakes, they have gators. So be careful when you have family or some folks out there swimming in these areas, especially late in the afternoon when it's getting close to dark. Now wrap it up for today. Enjoy doing the show. Y'all do something good for someone else today. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors, and let's take care of it. Put on those brakes, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.